So I'd like to welcome all of you to the Pentair seminar today. You need to pay particular attention to it today, especially if you're newer guys who are looking at becoming opening specialists or moving up within the ranks of the company. In order to do so, you need to be able to program, you need to be able to take a look at any issues that they might have with controllers, you need to understand a lot about the equipment. This is the day to learn. As I mentioned, the very first day we started the seminars, it's all about you. You're the one who makes this thing fruitful for you, and it has the ability for you to pick up and acquire information that'll help you to move up to the ranks of our company. But it's up to you. We can have 15 of these all year long, and if you don't put it in your head that you want to learn, then you're not going to. There are all kinds of YouTube videos, there's all kinds of blogs, there's all kinds of stuff on chemistry and also on all their Pentair equipment. It's all online. It's up to you whether you want to take the time to look into it deeper if you have questions that you didn't get answered today, or, understanding that this seminar series has been pretty intense for the last 3 days, you're not going to retain it all, but you might retain a little bit. So you can take that information that you had and say, geez, he mentioned a biofilm, or we mentioned, the pH in chlorine, or we mentioned this. You can get online and you can do a little homework and you can see if it, kind of reminds you of what we went through. I do not expect you to pick up and keep in your head what you have had presented to you for the last 3 days. That would be ridiculous. What I'd like to do now is introduce a number of people that are here today from all over the country to help us put on this presentation. We all know John Cameron, Frank Bradley, Roy Harrison, over here somewhere, there he is. Chuck Conti, where's Chuck? Chuck's way up back. I just met him this morning. Rob Gaither, they call him Gator. And Scott Parker, where's Scott? Right there. Who's missing today is John Belcher. Good. I'm old. I get wrapped up in this stuff. A good friend of mine for a lot of years. We were initial competitors 50 years ago when he was with a company called Bicknell. Very few of you people were old enough to remember him from those days. But I gotta tell you, the guy was awesome. Just incredible friend. An associate in the pool industry. We're going to miss him. Bobby wants to do a little presentation here today in remembrance of John. So without any further ado, I'd like to bring up Bob Gentle to chat with you guys a little bit about John.
I sent you all a picture of John on your phones. If you could open that up, get it out, get it ready. I wrote this at 2 o'clock this morning. I read it, and I read it, and I read it, and I couldn't get through it without a few teardrops. We'll see if we can get through this. In loving memory of John Belcher Jr. God saw he was getting tired and a cure was not to be. So he put his arms around him and he whispered, "Come with me." With tear-filled eyes, we watched him struggle and fade away. Although we loved him deeply, we could not make him stay. A golden heart stopped beating. Hard-working hands put to rest. God broke our hearts, but proved to us he only takes the best. So many images come to mind whenever we speak John's name. It seems without John in our lives, things will never be the same. What will happen to those days when we had you on speed dial? when our life was consumed with questions and you responded with a smile? What will happen to those times when we always look to you? No matter what, you could always make our gray skies sunny and blue. Some days we may hear your voice and in turn to see your face. Yet in the turning, it seems the sound has been erased. Who will be there to hold us up and get us over that fence? Who will we turn to when things just don't make sense? If we could turn back time and once more hear John's voice, we would say to him, out of all the people, you'd be our very first choice. He will always know we loved him, and no one can take his place. Yet, years may come and years may go, but his memory will never be erased. So today, God, as you listen from your home above, would you go find John Belcher and give him all our love? If you could hold your phones up, please. I sent everybody a picture of John Belcher. Have a few moments of silence. Rest in peace, John.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.